Happy Hump Day. The Mavericks lost at home to the Grizzlies JV squad. Unbelievable. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. Happy Hump Day to everybody. That's right, we are in the middle of the week, the grind of the week. And speaking of grind, it was another 1 and 1 freaking day. There's a reason I'm being selective. You heard it in the other intro. I don't even know what to say. We'll talk about it in the bets recap, but I don't even understand. The Raptors, great read. Jaden Ivey, good read. Mavericks was my least worrisome bet I put out there, and they throw up a freaking dud. But anyways, thank you for all the answers. That was one of the best NBA talk, NBA Tuesday talk debate, whatever the heck you want to call it. That was one of the best ones we've had. I loved reading it. That's like one of my favorite parts. Shout out to all the people that mentioned Jason Williams, white chocolate. My goodness, he was awesome. I actually saw a highlight video of him like a month ago, and I just couldn't look away. He was so fun to watch. When he did that fake around the back pass off the elbow, I remember practicing that as a kid over and over, but he was pretty fun. Also, Hakeem the Dream, another great answer. Pistol Pete, only saw highlights, obviously, because of my age. But just a lot of good answers. Vince Sanity, things like that. So thank you guys for participating. That's what I want this community and this channel to be, talking basketball and just having some fun. So appreciate it. Heads up for the channel, the golf videos. We mentioned we were going to try to do one video for every tournament, give out best bets, preview the course, go over all the details that you know I like to do with all sports. We are not able to start it for this weekend, but I will have my best bets for the Sony Open out there on Oahu. That's right. For the YLI, that's the country club out there. We're gonna have bets on there for Discord and on X by probably Wednesday afternoon, middle of Wednesday. So we will have that info with some details. But as for the video, we're gonna try to start that next week. Still trying to figure out a schedule where it can fit in and all that. But that's what's going on for the golf. I know a few people are saying they want to listen to some golf talk, and even if you're not into golf, maybe I'll get you into golf. So then NFL videos. We know we got the wild card round this weekend, and those NFL videos will be out later this week. We'll have one for the Saturday games and one for the Sunday games. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got some exciting matchups. So if you want to become a Jabbo MVP, please hit that link below in the description. If we've given you any value or entertainment and you've learned anything from listening to us and you want to help out, $2.99 a month. That's all it is. You get some badges, some emojis. We got to get some more emojis out too. And then, yeah, prioritize replies, shout out, things like that. It just really helps this channel grow, guys. Helps us with all the hours we like to put in. So, but it's Wednesday. We got a big show. Don't even have time for the dad jokes. I know. We'll hold it off for one more day. But we got yesterday's recap. And then we got shooting guard day, but with a little twist. We changed it up a little bit. Thanks to a comment that we had about maybe helping you guys out a little bit more. It's not a huge difference or anything, but we'll talk about that in a second. And then the G's of threes. That's right. It's Wednesday. We're going to talk the hottest 3-point shooters in the last 8 games in the NBA. That's a lot of fun. Can get you some good winners too on those 3-point props. And then we'll give you our best bets and wrap it all up with the bets recap. So hit that like button, leave a comment below, help this channel grow as we get closer and closer to 20,000 subscribers. You guys freaking rock. You guys are awesome. So thanks for all the comments, the likes, and everything last video. Let's keep that rolling. And before we get into all the best bets and all the juicy stuff, let's start out with the recap. All right, there it is. Another 1 and 1 ho hum day. But again, I will repeat this over and over. And this is for all YouTube videos that you watch that give out info. Hopefully, you guys get a lot more info from these videos than just these two bets. I know some comments down below. You can tell people only care if I win or lose my best bets and nothing else. But there is a ton of info in these videos. We hit our two leans, Boncaro under, Scotty Barnes under. We give out research help every day. So hopefully those all help you guys out. But just for the best bets, unfortunately, is another 1 on 1 day, like I said. Mavericks just absolutely shat themselves. I have no freaking clue what happened. It was Desmond Bain, Marcus Smart, and a bunch of crap. And they put a beat down on the Mavericks in Dallas, who are fully healthy other than Lively not being in. But Luka was there, Kyrie was there. It was just unbelievable. Mavericks couldn't stop them to save their life. I am still in the belief that Luka needs to have really good, solid role players around him, not another star ball handler, Kyrie Irving type player. But you know what? That's just me. But either way, that shouldn't have mattered. They should have easily won today, and they blew it. Raptors plus 10.5. Great read. They almost won the game outright, like I mentioned. Jaden Ivey, that was a little sweat in the first half. Only had one assist, and then finally the coach decided that Jaden Ivey needs to handle the ball a little more, and he ended up with 6 assists. So Killian Hayes is just not a good player. Let's just face it, guys. I think he had another 5 or 6 turnovers. He's not a threat to score. Ivy should be handling the ball a lot more at the point guard position, but Ivy scored, had 6 assists, had a good game, so that was a winner. That's the record below. Overall, 88 and 81, up 7.22 units. Just, another one in one day. But we're going to give you some more info, some more help, because that's what we are here to do. And that starts with the small forwards. All right, we changed it up just a little bit for right now, based on a comment we got below to kind of help you guys with the matchups, just to make it quicker and easier. I know everyone's busy and things like that. So, as you can see, the green arrows. No, it's not a John Madden football play. That's who's actually playing that team. So that's for this day. So for Wednesday, we got Keldon Johnson facing the Detroit Pistons and Benedict Mathurin facing the Washington Wizards. Hopefully that just kind of helps you out. You got all the info right there. You can kind of decide if it's a good matchup or what you want to do. And we may do something a little different later. You guys can always leave a comment below with suggestions because we're always here to help. As you guys can tell, we're here to change things, and we want to make sure you guys get the best info possible. Maybe just trying to find the best matchups, but obviously, I don't have extra hours and hours. These already take quite a bit of time. So, but if you have any other solutions, let me know. But here are the small forwards. Defenses on the left side, giving up the most points to that position. And the Blazers and the Pacers are number 1 and number 2, meaning dead last and next to last, really. But small forwards, Jaylen Brown averaging 25.7, number 1. Then we got a couple M Bridges there, by the way. Mikal and Miles, be sure to know which one that is. Miles Bridges is the one on the Charlotte Hornets at number 3 there. And then RJ Barrett, 19.5 points per game. That did not include the game they just played last night, just so you guys know. I did these numbers before that. So, anyways, that's the points per game for the small forwards. Let's go check out now the rebounds. All right, we got 3 bright green arrows on this one. We got the 76ers taking on Saddiq Bey, the number 1 rebounding small forward in the league the last 15 days, averaging 7.5 rebounds per game. And then we got the Pacers taking on Deni Avdija, I think is how you say it. I don't know. Of the Wizards. He's averaging 7.1 rebounds per game. And then down there, 10 for 10 right there. Pistons giving up 7.71 rebounds, facing Keldon Johnson of the Spurs, averaging 5.7 rebounds per game. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Take a screenshot and let's go check out the assists now. Oh, a little crossing arrows on this one. If we ever have a day where there's going to be like 7 matchups, this is going to look ugly, and we're going to have to find a better way to do it. But other than that, Hawks, the number 4, giving up the 4th most assists to the small forward position, facing Tobias Harris and the Philadelphia 76ers without Joel Embiid that game. And then the 8th one, Rockets, facing DeMar DeRozan and the Chicago Bulls. DeMar DeRozan has 5-point assists per game. Number 1 assist guy right now, Chris Middleton. How about that? The guy doesn't know how to freaking rebound, but he definitely gets some assists lately. So, anyways, that's a small forward position, points, rebounds, and assists. And before we get into those best bets, let's talk the G's of 3. All right, let's talk some shooters from downtown. If you have not seen this before, it's the 40-40 rule that we use. Players that have taken at least 40 3-point attempts in the last 8 games and have shot 40% or better. This is in order of how many shot attempts they've taken. Paul George is 32 for 74, shooting 43.2%, taking a ton of threes right now. No Steph Curry. He did not make the cut. Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat, 30 for 71, shooting the ball pretty well as well. But CJ McCollum for the Pelicans, how about 49.3% from downtown? Not too shabby. So on and so on. Suggs playing well for the Magic down there, shooting 47.5%. So let's move over to page 2 now. And we got a lot more good shooters, is what we have. Cam Johnson of the Nets, 23 for 50. So if there's a player that has not played 8 games in these stats, I will put it right there in 7 games, because then you guys can use some math and figure out, how many shots they're taking or how many 3 balls they're taking per game and things like that. So, anyways, that's the second page here. Malik Monk got a lot of the same shooters. Devin Booker, Torian Prince, DeJounte Murray's been playing pretty well lately, especially in the good matchups, which he's been rumored to be traded possibly back to the Spurs at some point. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's page 2. Take a screenshot. Let's check out page 3 now. And in green right there, the leader in the clubhouse, Malik Beasley for the Bucks, 24 for 53, 55.8%. That is absolutely impressive. That's lights out shooting right there. So that's pretty good. Other than that, we also got Grayson Allen of the Phoenix Suns, 24 for 46, shooting 52.2%. from 3-point range the last 8 games. That is absolutely impressive. As well as Emmanuel Quickly, the new guy for the Raptors, 19 for 41, 46.3%. He is finally being unlocked, unleashed now that he's a starter for the Raptors. So that's page 3, and we usually are done with page 3, but we got to move to page 4 because I got to include them, guys, because it's still 40 or more shots. LeBron James shooting 41.5, but how about these last two? Mike Conley, 20 for 41, just under 50%, and Malcolm Brogdon of the Blazers, 20 for 40, shooting 50%. Obviously, not taking as many threes. Brogdon taking 5 a game now, but shooting the ball very well. So I hope these help you guys out. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys get some winners on these, whether it's 3-point props or points or, whatever it is. You can check out matchups and defenses that allow a lot of 3-point shots to that position or the teams in general. So, anyways, hopefully that helps you guys out. But that's enough of the research help. Let's get into the best bets. This first game takes us out to Detroit, Michigan. We have a barn burner of a game. We got the Pistons hosting the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs -3.5. Over under is 240.5 in this game. Spurs 15-20 against the spread, 8-10 ATS on the road. Pistons 14-22-1 ATS, 5-11-1 ATS at home. Over under Spurs 21-13-1 to the over. Pistons 23-13-1 to the over. So these are two big over teams. Obviously, they play zero defense. No Cade Cunningham again for the Pistons, as you guys know. Pistons are on a back-to-back. There's no props out yet, at least as of recording of this video. So I haven't been able to see where Ivy's assists are and all those players again. But if you bet a side on this game, you got problems. I'm just gonna say it. I think you got some problems because who knows? It's the Spurs and the Pistons. I guess I lean Spurs if you really need to pick on this one, but it's ugly. Spurs and over, and just go with the trends, and we'll go with that one. But Pistons played decent until they got absolutely shellacked in the second half. But anyways, my bet in this game. We haven't done many of these this year, that's for sure. But it is a blocks prop, and you know where I'm going. It's the man, the Gumby, Wemby, Victor Wembanyama, over 2.5 blocks at -130 on DraftKings. I don't usually bet these, but this is just too good to pass up, guys. He moved to center on December 8th. We talked about this a while back when we took his rebounds, assist props a few times. So that's 12 games. He has now played at the center position. So that's where you need to look first. He has had 3 or more blocks in 10 of those 12 games. It's absolutely crazy. And here's another crazy stat. He has had 4 or more blocks in 9 of those 12. 4 or more in 9 of 12. I only need 3. That's incredible. He obviously has more chances. He's playing center. He's down by the rim a lot more, protecting the paint. He just swats everything in sight. His arms are just stupid long. They really are. He's playing the Pistons. So let's talk matchups, which is kind of weird to talk matchups and centers and blocks, but Pistons are allowing the opposing centers to have the most blocks against them in the NBA at 3.77 per game. Take that for what it is. It's a good sign, obviously. That means they're getting blocked a lot. Jalen Duren, those guards, no Cunningham, so you got a lot of small guards for this Pistons team. Now, we're only counting the games he's played as a center. In the last 12 games, he has played the other two teams, allowing the most blocks to centers. In the Blazers and Grizzlies, he had 7 and 4 blocks. So apparently, matchups do help. 11 blocks in just those 2 games, and the Pistons are an even better matchup. So he's doing pretty well when it comes to blocks, that's for sure. Now, I know he's still playing the mid 20s minutes, but he's been doing this the whole time, and it doesn't matter. I mean, my goodness, if he actually played 35 minutes a game, he may get 10 blocks. It's unbelievable. But like I said, going over in 10 of 12, and he's been playing mid 20s minutes for quite a while now. So I really don't have a lot more to say on this one, except for he's just a beast. I need 3 blocks. If odds shift quite a bit, and you can maybe get some better odds at over 3.5 steals plus blocks, that might be a good option as well. Or just use this as a parlay piece because I can see this going up, or maybe even to 3.5 at plus money. But give me Wemby over 2.5 blocks as bet number 1. The second game takes us out to Miami, Florida. We got the Heat hosting the Thunder in a much better matchup. We got Thunder -4, over under in this game, 234.5. Against the spread, Thunder 23-11-1 ATS, number 1 against the spread team in the NBA right now. 9-6-1 ATS on the road. Heat 17-19 against the spread, 6-10 at home. Over under Thunder 22-13 to the over. Heat 19-17 to the over. I don't have a pick on a side here. If I had to lean one way, I really don't know. The Thunder are making me doubt them a little bit at the moment because of how they come out lately. So, the Heat play well at home. They seem to be competitive, but if the Thunder are rolling, I like the Thunder. Thunder rolling. Garth Brooks, Thunder roll. That's a great song, by the way. Anyways, player prop is my best bet for this game. Tyler Hero over 23.5 points at -113 on FanDuel. Plays for the Miami Heat if you don't know that. Jimmy Butler still going to be out for this game. In the 9 games without Jimmy Butler this season, he's averaging 22 points per game. That includes an awful 9 point game that he had against the Phoenix Suns, which are a bad matchup against shooting guards. But he's taken 17 or more shots in 8 of the 9 games without Butler. So, I mean, we know he's going to be locked into just shooting a ton. That's for sure. He's been shooting the ball very well. You just saw it on the G's of threes earlier. And he's shooting 42% on the season from 3 point range. So he's just been lights out. Volume is there, but let's talk the matchup now. Thunder. They play at a top 10 pace. That's one thing. You're going to get more possessions, maybe a couple more shots, which obviously helps. And the Thunder have given up the eighth most points to the shooting guard position in the last 30 days at 23 points per game. But what I also love about it is OKC has given up the third most 3 pointers made to the shooting guard position the last 30 days. And that's not very good when you play Tyler Hero because he shoots a lot of threes and he's good at it. So I think it's a good matchup. More possessions. I think he's going to have a good game here at home, which is also helpful because he averages 24.1 points per game at home compared to just 21.2 at away. So averaging 3 more points per game at home. Obviously, just a little part of the handicap, not the only thing. But I like Tyler. Hopefully, he can be our hero tonight. Be my hero, baby. I don't actually know what song that is. I just know it's a part of a song. But, anyways, Tyler Hero over 23.5 points is bet number 2. All right, my third and final bet takes us out to Indiana. We got the Pacers hosting the Washington Wizards. Pacers -7.5, over under 251 in this game. Against the spread, Wizards 17 and 19 ATS, 11 and 9 ATS on the road. Pacers 21 and 16 ATS, 12 and 8 at home. Over under Wizards 20, 15 and 1 to the over. Pacers 24, 11 and 2 to the over. I don't have a side bet here, but we all know Tyrese Halliburton is not playing in this game. So it kind of just changes everything because he is the engine that makes this Pacers offense roll. But I do have a player prop, and it's my bet number 3. Give me Kyle Kuzma over 33.5 PRAs at -115 on DraftKings. Now, you guys know I love to tail power forwards versus the Pacers. Kuzma's a guy that he usually goes over when he's playing big minutes and has good matchups like this one. The biggest thing with Wizards player props are can they keep it close? That's really the main thing because the Wizards get blown out a lot, and I get that. But without Halliburton, I think they have a chance to keep it somewhat competitive. Wizards play a little bit better on the road, actually. So we just have to hope that the Wizards don't get blown out of the water. But like I said, without Hallie, that could help. Kuzma, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists the last time he played the Pacers on December 15th for 40 PRAs in only 29 minutes played. So we all know the Pacers giving up the most points to the power forward position in the last 15 days, the last 30 days, and over the course of the season. It doesn't matter how you break it down, they suck versus power forwards. I think Kuzma's going to get to the hole easy. We know the Pacers can't really protect the paint. And the total's 251 for a reason. There's going to be a ton of possessions. It's going to be up and down, and I like Kuzma to just have another great game. And he had a great rebounding game last game against the Oklahoma City Thunder with 15 rebounds. Thunder allow a lot of rebounds to the power forward position, and the Pacers, they're right behind him. So I think if you just want to do points and rebounds, I don't mind that too, or points alone. Either way you slice it, I think Kyle Kuzma has a huge game. So give me Kuzma over 33.5 PRAs at -115 on DraftKings. That's my third and final bet. Any added plays, which I may have one tomorrow finally, will be in the pinned comments below. Any leans will be in the pinned comments below as well. Now let's check out the bets recap. All right, there it is. Wemby over 2.5 blocks is bet number 1. Then we got Tyler Hero over 23.5 points. And Lord help me, I got 3 overs on the day. Kyle Kuzma over 33.5 PRAs. Any added plays in the pinned comments as well as leans. And for you golf fans, I will have the golf picks on Discord and on X. Hopefully, we can get some videos out here in the next couple tournaments. And then NFL videos coming in the next few days, the wild card round. It is exciting times in sports. So, thank you everyone for the support. I really, really appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.